Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We're at property address 13167 Southwest Carmel Street here in Tigard. I describe everything as if you're standing in the road facing the front door of the home. So right now we are sitting straight out from the doorway. So you've got two cleanouts here in the patio. I'm probably kneeling on top of one of them. Yeah, it's right here. This one lines up about the middle of the doorway. This one's a little more offset to the right of it. And the way you can help discern which is which, this one here closer to the middle of the patio is the storm system. Probably also picks up the low point drain out of the crawl. This one's your sewer line further to the right. If you go out here, you have corresponding curb stamps. In line with this one, you'll see a double S that stands for sanitary sewer. In line with the other one, out at the curb, you'll see SD for storm drain. Anyway, we're dropping into a 3-inch ABS clean out here. We're going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Water is currently running. We are zeroed out and off we go. Transitioning here to 4-inch 3034 PVC, and this should be a nice short sewer line, sit very close to the road. Shorter the better. Everything gets from A to B a lot faster. This is one of those few homes, especially stuff coming from up top floor flush, is going to be shooting through this thing like a rocket, but it's a super short line. It's about a third to a quarter of the length of the average sewer line out there. So there are very few homes out there where when you flush the toilet, do solids actually go from A to B in one flush. It often takes multiples, showers draining, sinks running, all that stuff to actually get items from A to B. So about 24 feet here to the main. And thus far looking good, although one thing I am concerned about, you can see the main lateral here is overloading. There should not be that much water sitting in that, especially you can see how it's not really flowing at all. It's standing. Luckily, I know the guy who built this place, so I'll give him a call about that. Most likely you've got gravel, concrete, some kind of construction debris downline in the main lateral somewhere that's blocking things up. And that needs to get vectored out before it causes a street-wide backup. Alright, we're going to go ahead and reel the camera back in. Line essentially, it doesn't run dead straight, but just about. It does a little bit of a zig and a zag to orient itself a little further to the right than it starts out, but it runs pretty straight. You see where the clean out is and where the curb stamp is. That you can let you eyeball things pretty good. And we still have a little bit of water trickling through the line there. There's just a tad flowing through still. All PVC pipe looks good. Joints are tight. Drains off very nice. Alright, we're going to go ahead and flip around here. Everything from the clean out access to the main lateral connection is in good condition. Has good flow. Also very clean and clear of any construction debris, which is very nice to see. That is the #1 culprit that gets you on new construction. I've been doing this 13 years now. I've cambered almost 25,000 sewer lines. I'm sure a couple thousand of those at least were new construction. About 1 every 5 will have some kind of repair issue or something I can at least recommend a repair on. But by far the most common thing is construction debris. You get concrete, rocks, rebar, you name it. It's the scary stuff. It's not a kid's toothbrush or a Matchbox car like your average home. What gets down these things is the kind of stuff that will cause a full mainline backup the first day you live in the home, first time you flush the toilet. For whatever reason, they're getting better about it these days. During the pandemic, out of 500 homes I did new construction over those 2 years, 90% of them required hydrojetting, or they were going to back up. So we've gotten away from that, luckily, but these are the culprit spots. They don't put a cap on these things, and when they go to pour the concrete and put the underlayment underneath it, they fill the whole line full of rocks and whatnot. So this thing looks great. And I ran backwards there through the foundation wall. That was that last 7 or 8 feet I just went through. Looking good going through the foundation wall as well. So great flow end to end here, and everything once you get back into the crawl space area. In fact, let me double check really quick here. This is crawl and not slab. Yeah, we're on crawl space. So everything beyond about that 6-7 feet going backwards is all exposed piping. The home inspector looks at that stuff for leaks and whatnot. So, and you probably, this probably will never be a factor, but the clean out cap, or the plug, technically is what it's called, the screw cap, is 4-inch diameter. The line itself is actually 3-inch to start out. This is a pretty common thing on new construction. Anyway, for some reason, you had to come up with the diameter of the pipe and tell someone. It eventually gets to 4-inch once you get out by the right-of-way, but to start out here, it's 3-inch going back into the house. Anyway, very nice looking line there.